Welcome back to Guitar Theory Modules. This is Module 29 and we're on pages 83 and 84. In this module I'm going to show you the 4-5-1 progression. In a major key, the 4-5-1 progression goes from the 4 chord to the 5 chord or dominant chord to the 1 chord, which is your tonic chord. So if you're in the key of C, if you're playing the 4 chord, you'll be playing the F. The 5 chord or dominant will be G, and the 1 chord would be C. So here's a C chord, 1, F chord 4, G chord 5, to C chord 1, 4, 5, 1. To play a 4-5-1 in the key of G, you would play the 4 chord, the C, the 5 chord, the D, and the 1 chord, the G. So here's your G chord, 1, C is 4, D is 5, and G is 1. C, D, G, 4-5-1. At the top of page 84, we have this 4-5-1 exercise 1. You're given a series of key signatures. Your job is to write the name of the major key above the key signature and name the 4 chord, the 5 chord, and the 1 chord. If you need to, you can write out your scales and triads for reference, and that's what I'm going to do when we go over the answers. If you know how to play your major scales, you could also play your major scales to find the answers. For example, number 1 is already done for us. It's in the key of A major. We have 3 sharps. If you know you're in the key of A major, you can play an A major scale, and you can use that scale to find the 4th, 5th, and 1st scale degrees. Of course, A would be 1, 2, 3, 4 is D, and 5 is E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as long as you know that the chords built on the 1st, 4th, and 5th scale degrees are major chords, you can label each one of those chords as major: D major, E major, and A major. If you're going to write out scales and triads like the way I'm going to show you when I do the answers, you're going to need to have some manuscript paper. I've got some free manuscript paper you can download from my website. I'll put a link for that in the description. If you have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you can write your answers right there in the book and check your work on page 220. If you don't have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you can write your answers on a piece of paper. Either way, I'm going to be going over the answers right now, so pause the video, write your answers, start the video, and check your answers. Number 1 is already done for you. 3 sharps in the key signature puts you in the key of A major. You can build out the A major scale and its triads and find that your 4 chord is D, your 5 chord is E major, and of course your 1 chord is A major. Number 2, there is no key signature. That puts us in the key of C major. We write out the C major scale and its triads and find that the 4 chord is F major, the 5 chord is G, and of course your 1 chord is C. Number 3, 3 flats puts us in the key of E flat major. Build out the E flat major scale and its triads, and you find that the 4 chord is A flat major, the 5 chord is B flat major, and the 1 chord, of course, is E flat major. Number 4, 1 flat in the key signature puts us in the key of F major. Write out the F major scale and its triads. The 4 chord is B flat, the 5 chord, or your dominant, is C, and the 1 chord, or your tonic chord, is F. Number 5, 1 sharp in the key signature. This puts us in the key of G major. We write out the G major scale and its triads, and our 4 chord is C major, our dominant chord is D major, and our 1 chord is G major. Number 6, 4 flats in the key signature puts us in the key of A flat major. Write out the A flat major scale and its triads, and the 4 chord is D flat, the 5 chord is E flat, and our tonic chord, or 1, is A flat major. Number 7, 5 sharps in the key signature puts us in the key of B major. Write out the B major scale and its triads. Our 4 chord is E major, our 5 chord is F sharp, and our 1 chord is B major. Number 8. 2 sharps in the key signature puts us in the key of D major. Write out the D major scale and its triads. Our 4 chord is G major, our dominant or 5 is A major, and our tonic or 1 chord is D. And number 9. 2 flats in the key signature puts us in the key of B flat major. We write out the B flat major scale and its triads. Our 4 chord is E flat, our dominant or 5 chord is F major, and our 1 or tonic chord is B flat major. At the bottom of page 84, we have 451 exercise 2. You're given the name of the 4 chord. In the blank on the right, name the major key to which each 4 chord belongs. Remember that the root of the 4 chord is going to be a perfect fourth above the tonic or 1 of the major key. If you have guitar theory modules, you can write your answers right there in the book, and if you don't, write your answers on a piece of paper. Either way, I'm going to go over the answers right now, so pause the video, write your answers, start the video, and check your answers. As we go over the answers, remember that the root of the 4 chord is going to be a perfect fourth above the tonic or 1 of your major key. So if our 4 chord is F, F is a perfect fourth above C. So if our 4 chord is F, our major key is C major. If your 4 chord is D major, take the root of that chord, the D, lower it a perfect fourth, you are in the key of A major. If your 4 chord is G, take the root of that chord, the G, lower it a perfect fourth, you're in the key of D major. If your 4 chord is A, take the root of that chord, the A, lower it a perfect fourth, you're in the key of E major. If your 4 chord is D flat major, take the root of that chord, the D flat, lower it a perfect fourth, you find yourself on an A flat, we're in the key of A flat major. If your 4 chord is B flat, take that B flat, lower it a perfect fourth to find yourself on an F, we're in the key of F major. If your 4 chord is E flat, take that E flat, lower it a perfect fourth, we're on a B flat. B flat is our major key. If your 4 chord is G flat, take that G flat, lower it a perfect fourth, we're on D flat, so that puts us in the key of D flat major. If your 4 chord is A flat, take that A flat, lower it a perfect fourth, you find yourself on an E flat, so you're in the key of E flat major. If your 4 chord is C flat, take that C flat, lower it a perfect fourth, you're on G flat, you're in G flat major. If your 4 chord is C major, take that C, lower it a perfect fourth, you find yourself on a G, you're in the key of G major. And finally, if your 4 chord is E, take that E, lower it a perfect fourth, you're on a B, that puts you in the key of B major. Your assignment for this module is to get in the habit of looking for 4-5-1 progressions in your music. When you spot one, play it a few times so you start to learn what a 4-5-1 progression sounds like. And don't forget to check out my book Guitar Theory Modules. You can watch all these videos for free, but if you have a copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you'll have all this information in one place. It's going to be a lot easier to follow along, so I'll leave a link for that in the description. That's all for now. Take your time with this module, and when you're ready, I'll see you in Module 30, where I'm going to show you how to play the 4-5-1 progression in any major key, anywhere on the fretboard.